guys, today is going to be another follow-up video for my year-long commitment to myself. If you're new to this journey, let me just give you a brief overview, and you can always go back and check out some more of those videos, and I'll post them somewhere up here. Just a few short months ago, I decided to commit wholeheartedly to myself, right? Meaning that no matter what limiting beliefs I had, no matter what came up for me, no matter all the reasons that I should quit or give up, I decided, like, what do I have to lose by committing to myself for 1 year, like non-negotiable decision of just fully believing in myself and my vision. And needless to say, it has been such an enlightening ride. It hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been fun, but thus far it's been beyond worth it. And so throughout the journey, for those that have been following along, I've just been keeping you updated because this has been life-changing for me, and honestly, I behoove you to join me. But I wanted to update you because as we're moving into a new quarter, one of the things that I've been working diligently on this journey is a regular reflective practice. And so I want to talk about that a little bit today to really talk about the importance of reflecting. So let's dive into what I mean by reflection. The biggest mistake I find that people make as it relates to goal setting is they set an intention or a New Year's resolution at the beginning of the year, and then at the end of the year, they're like, oh my gosh, I never reached it, and they feel disheartened, defeated, overwhelmed, disgusted, all fill in the blank, right? But the truth is, if you wait until the end of the year to start trying to take action or to start trying to think about your goal, you've waited too long. So something that I have regularly been doing, not only with myself, but with my clients, is reflecting on my goals. And the start of a new quarter is one of the best times to do that. So let's say, for example, you know that you are working on something first quarter, taking time to reflect on what worked with that when you worked on it first quarter. What didn't work with that when you worked on it? How can you do more of what worked? And how can you do less of what didn't work? And doing this regularly has allowed me to be intentional about the actions I'm taking and as they align or relate to the overall success that I'm aiming to create. Also, getting super clear about what it is that I want to call in to begin with, right? I think a lot of times when we set goals, we have this big picture of what we want, but we're not clear about how we would get it. So let's say, for example, you're like, I want 100K year. All right, 100K year turns into a 25K quarter. And a 25K quarter now turns into how many products do you need to sell? How many services do you need to sell? How many one-on-ones or group coaching programs or whatever? And that's just the way to break it down. Okay, you want to lose, 24 pounds by the end of the year. That turns into 2 pounds a month. Okay, how do you lose 2 pounds a month? What do you need to do more of? What do you need to do less of? But literally taking your goal and breaking it down into bite-sized chunks is so important to being able to create your success. Otherwise, it becomes extremely overwhelming to look at the big picture goal and feel like you have to do all of it or you have to get there a certain way, okay? So for me, doing this regular reflective practice has allowed me to stay intentional about committing to believing in myself, right? I am not like, when those negative thoughts come up, because let's be honest, they do, I do not give myself permission to just sulk in those thoughts, to just sit there and soak in those thoughts and just allow myself to become consumed in it. I feel it, I learn from it, I determine what I need to learn from it, and I keep going because I remember I have a bigger focus, right? And so for me, I'm being really intentional about what actions, what behaviors, and what thoughts are going to serve my success. And unless you're regularly reflecting on that, it can be difficult to make that happen. It's easy to overlook that. And that's why I wanted to share this reflective practice on my journey, because I have found this to be so important and extremely helpful. So as we're in this new quarter, I want you to take a moment and I want you to consider, like, what is it that you're doing now that you feel like is in direct alignment with your goals? What is it that you're doing now that's conflicting with your goals that you need to do less of? Taking time to reflect on it. And then I'm going to leave you with one third point that is super important that has really helped me to commit to this like nothing else. So the truth is, when we're stepping into a new level, a next level, up leveling, moving forward, all the things, right? There is going to be a point where you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to step out of your comfort zone because the truth is your comfort zone does not serve you. It is not going to create space for your growth or for your success. And so the biggest mistake we make here is that we believe that we have to feel healthy or wealthy or wise or all these emotions all the time. And if we don't, somewhere we're out of alignment. That's not true. We are supposed to feel a vast array of emotions. It's part of the human experience. But more importantly, we're supposed to learn from those emotions. The thing that I have noticed the most on this journey is the feeling of being uncomfortable, of feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something that feels scary, feeling that fear, feeling that anxiety, feelings of like, what if this, what if that? And that's just me being a little bit uncomfortable. But being uncomfortable is a sign of expansion. It is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. In fact, the quicker I learned that, the more I started to tune in to what actions were going to allow me to be uncomfortable, but in the direction of my success. So the question that I'll leave you with, that I want you to really ponder on and consider, is what can you commit to today? What can you do today that will allow you to be beneficially uncomfortable in the direction of your success? Remember, we have to get uncomfortable to get out of our comfort zone, to step into our growth zone, which allows us to fast track to our success. So thank you so much for joining this journey. Thank you for the brief lesson that I had for you today. I hope that you can spend some time to dive in, to reflect, to consider how you can get beneficially uncomfortable. And more importantly, I hope that you can consider this journey and my story as a reason and as permission to continue to show up for your goals, to stay committed to your goals, to stay dedicated and disciplined as it relates to your goals. Because in the long run, your future self is going to be so grateful that you did. All right, guys, I will check in and chat with you guys later for another update.